How's it rockin', Dween Nation? You're listening to the Dween Sports Podcast. We're about to get underway. But before you give us a listen, we'd love if you could like, comment, subscribe, and share. We are posting weekly sports content, and we want to build up the brand that is Dween Sports. Thank you all, and enjoy.
Welcome in, Dween Nation. This is your host, Justin Pies, alongside Janoah Agudelo, and we are here to discuss our Week 11 NFL game predictions. As you know, we do it in the rapid-fire way. We like to do it as fast as possible, and it's been doing pretty good. Last week was one of our worst weeks over the last, month and a half. We were on fire for a really good while. I mean, this week, 9-5 for each of us, but before that, 12-3, 11-5, 11-4, 10-4, then 11-3. So we've had better weeks, but we're here to even do better this week. But before we dive into it, how you doing, Janoah?
Yo, Dween Nation. How's it going there, Justin? Looking at our picks last week, I mean, there were some teams that did us dirty there, with Chicago losing at home to the Patriots, and the Giants losing there in Germany, and Atlanta missing a ton of field goals and losing to the Saints, Justin. I mean, come on. And even Washington, which, Pittsburgh's a great team. So those are two games, Justin, that Giants and Panthers and that Bears and Patriots game that I wish we can get back there, and our record would look just a tad bit better for last week. But it's okay. I guess everybody out there in Dween Nation knows what we're looking for. But I'm excited to go there, Justin. I go ahead and start your time, and see what you got here. There's a couple games that I just want to say you're going to go. I know you're going to go the normal route, but there's a couple games that I have some distinguished opinions for. We do have one revenge game. We'll talk about it after both of our picks. So when you're ready, I'll go ahead and start you off.
All right, count me down. I'm ready.
All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go.
All right, I was 9-5 last week. We're going to do even better this week. We start with Thursday night. Washington heads into Philadelphia. I expect a big Saquon game and A.J. Brown. Philadelphia gets the victory. Moving to Sunday, Green Bay at Chicago. Green Bay owns the Bears. Green Bay wins. Jacksonville at Detroit. This is not even going to be a close one. Detroit's going to dominate. Minnesota at Tennessee. I think we're going to see a similar game to Minnesota-Jacksonville, where it was low scoring, but Minnesota pulls it out and win another close game. The Vegas Raiders at Miami. Miami's going to dominate. I think this is their big offensive blow-up game. Then we got the Rams at New England. Another game that I think will be close, but the Rams will come out on top. Cleveland at New Orleans. New Orleans keeps this hot streak up after, with Mr. Riz at the coaching spot, and so they win. Then we got the Colts at the Jets. I go with the Jets to win this game. It's going to be a close one. That's one of the harder ones this week. Baltimore at Pittsburgh is my game of the week. I have the Pittsburgh Steelers winning this and continuing to gain a gap on the division. Atlanta at Denver. I'm going with the Broncos. Seattle at San Francisco. Go San Francisco. Chiefs at Buffalo. I'm going with the Bills to give the Chiefs their first loss on the season. Then we got the Bengals at the Chargers. I'm going with Cincinnati to get back in the win column. Then we got the Texans at the Cowboys. Cowboys are a disaster, and I'm going with Houston.
Wow, Justin. I'm going to stop you here at 120.
Oh, wow.
120 there. But you did good. I think last week you probably might have hit 145. The previous time on my phone was your college pick, which was at 2 minutes. 2 minutes and 5 seconds. So you did good. You did good. I'm going to surprise you with some of these picks. Let me get my kind of schedule out here. I'm going to surprise you with some of these picks. And whenever you're ready, I'll be. I'm now ready to go for a countdown.
All right, I'm going to count you down. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, here we go. Okay, so we start off Thursday night, Philadelphia. Give me the Eagles to remain hot. They knock off the Commanders. Then we go to Chicago, where Justin, I'm going with the Bears. They're going to shock somebody. They're going to be a struggling, Green Bay team. We're not sure if Jordan Love is all the way healthy. We go to Detroit. Obviously, they thumped Jacksonville, and they continue to stay hot. We go to Tennessee, where Minnesota wins. We go to Miami there, where they smack around the Raiders. Then we go to New Orleans, where Jameis Winston, he is back. He gets his revenge. Give me the Browns. We go to New England, where the Rams win. They're victorious. We go to New York there, where, you know what? Let's see. I had New York winning this, but I think with AR there, give me the Colts to get back on track with AR as a franchise guy. Then we go to Pittsburgh. I like the Baltimore Ravens there. Lamar's hot. They need to win. I think their defense steps up. Give me the Ravens. We go to Denver, where I think Kirk Cousins struggles really bad there in the Mile High City. Give me the Broncos. Then we go to San Francisco, where Brock Purdy dominates for 4 touchdowns there against Seattle. Then we go to Buffalo, where Josh Allen has a great game, but once again, the defense gives the ball to Patrick Mahomes. He leads a game-winning scoring drive. Give me the Chiefs. We go to Los Angeles, where Burrow and Herbert go toe-to-toe, head-to-head. But you know what? I like Cincy there. They had extra time to rest. They shocked the Chargers. Then we go to Dallas, where I'm going to pick my Texans, but I'm not sure what Texans team we're going to get here. I might have to go Cowboys, Justin. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. Please don't hate me, Texans fans. I'm a Texans fan, too. And yeah.
Wow. All right. You got a minute 32. So I win this week. We'll see, though. We have a lot of different picks this week. First in a little bit of a while now. I mean, you have Chicago pulling out the upset. I do want to hear your thoughts on that. The Cleveland game, I didn't think about a revenge game for Jameis, which is interesting there. You have the Colts with AR back at quarterback. They need that momentum, or at least AR needs that momentum. And then Pittsburgh-Baltimore is going to be a close one, but you pick the better team, I'd argue, even though they're on the road. And then the Chiefs stay undefeated, and Dallas pulls off the victory over Houston. I mean, I actually want to look at this Houston game first, because if Houston loses this game, are we in panic mode for that team?
A little bit, Justin. As a Texas fan, I'm a little hesitant because, Justin, we've made bad teams look really good this year and last year. I mean, let me just run you down the line real quick. 2 weeks ago, Thursday night, Halloween, we make the Jets look unbelievably unstoppable. And then last week, they go to Arizona, Justin, and they score 6 points. They don't even score a touchdown. Devontae Adams looks terrible right now. But no, 2 weeks ago, Justin, I know I sound frustrated because I am. Devontae Adams gets 31 yards on the Cardinals. The Cardinals and the Texans, I would say, are kind of equally talented and kind of have the same record and kind of towards to winning their division. But Justin, we just did not look good on Halloween night. And even like last year, we go to Atlanta with, it's not Kirk Cousins. This is not the Falcons of this year. This is the Arthur Smith Falcons. We go over there and we struggle bad. And we lose to Desmond Ridder there. He looks phenomenal. Drake London, who was struggling last year, has a great game against us. And then, a few weeks later, we go to Carolina, and we struggle. We struggle against Carolina. They beat us. And even back-to-back years against the Jets, we have looked terrible. This year and last year, Justin, we have been prone to making good teams, bad teams look good. And that is very concerning. And you got to look at the Cowboys as well. They've lost, 3 or 4 in a row. They've lost 6 straight home games dating back to that wild card debacle against Green Bay where Jordan Love came out hot. And it's just like we are the team to break the curse for other teams. We're the teams to give them that rewarding victory and that makes them, oh, wow, maybe they have hope. That is something that my Texans have done historically, not just in the C.J. Stroud, D'Amico Ryans era. And you know what? This is a Monday night game. CeeDee Lamb was complaining last week that, the sunlight was in his way. And I do think that CeeDee Lamb this week, it proves himself right. Has a great game. And another thing is that Cooper Rush had his worst game ever as a pro, as a starter. He's only had, 7 starts. But his other 8 starts were really good, really decent. He went 5-1, 6-1 in 2022 as a starter. And, 2 weeks ago when he filled in when Dak Prescott got hurt in Atlanta, Cooper Kupp came out and threw for over 100 yards and a touchdown. This past week against Philadelphia, he just didn't hit it, and I don't think he does it back-to-back weeks. So that's what ultimately concerns me for my Texans. And as well as what happened on Sunday night, we're not sure what this offense is. I don't know what the heart is on my Texans. It's just a concerning game. Monday Night Football, the spotlight is there. I'm not really sure what to expect, Justin. And that's the reason why I'm going to have to go with the Cowboys, unfortunately. I'm scared.
Yeah, I mean, I hear everything you're saying. I expect Dallas to play a lot better than they did last week. But man, to me, if Houston loses this game, I got full panic meter out. Especially if you project that the Colts get a victory, it would make the division again kind of interesting. When we thought we might be running away with it, so that is, and it's the last game of the week, but that might be one of the games of the week, just based off of, I think, magnitude. If the Cowboys are to pull it off, with the Texans being top 3 to top 4 favorite to win the AFC at the beginning of the year, it has not, panned out that way. And I guess last game to discuss, because we talked about the Steelers and the Ravens at nauseum through our episodes, but I am curious to get your take on the Bills and the Chiefs. Kind of, obviously the Chiefs are undefeated. The Bills have been pretty good. But what do you think this game? How do you think this game's going to go? Obviously, you're starting most of your players, but are there any maybe sleepers or guys that you don't want to play?
Well, first off, I just want to say that, Patrick Mahomes has struggled all year in a way in fantasy, and they're 9-0. And this is the game to awake fans or Patrick Mahomes in a fantasy sense there, Justin. And looking at who we could start, a deep sleeper I like here is Curtis Samuel, a guy that hasn't really gotten going on at all this year. He was kind of one of my guys that I was excited for. And hopefully they can get Amari Cooper back there. He is questionable. And it looks like Keon Coleman might miss this week. He was a non-participant in today's practice. And he has a wrist injury, so we're not really sure how great he's going to be able to catch the ball. He's been struggling. And Dalton Kincaid as well has been struggling there, and he might not play this week there, Justin. So I did see that you were able to pick up Dawson Knox, which is a great pickup. He could have a great game, and that could be a guy that could be a sleeper as well. Over to the Kansas City side, we talked about Kareem Hunt last episode as one of our starts. And I really hope he has a great game. But Justin, this all comes down to this game script. All comes down to how Josh Allen can start the game aggressive and how he can end this game aggressive. And something tells me that one of those two factors will not happen. So I do think that maybe he might not start aggressive, which will then lead the Chiefs to start off high. And, this Chiefs defense, Justin, I've been consistent with this take. They're not a dominant team, right? They're not the 2015 Broncos or the Legion of Boom there. And where they're, in the sense where they're getting turnovers, pick sixes, sacks galore, they just get clutch stops, Justin. If it's a 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, and they run the ball, everybody on that D-line, including their linebackers, are right there for it. If it's a field goal to win the game, there's a linebacker that blocks it. If there is a passing play on 4th and 1, 3rd down, 2nd and 8, they just get stops, Justin. Just a batted pass, or they get that extra pressure on the quarterback. They just do all the right things. They put all the right defenders on all the top playmakers. And unfortunately, Josh Allen doesn't have Stephon Diggs. He might not have Keon Coleman. He might not have Kincaid. So that, for me, is a cause for concern because now Spags, the defense coordinator for the Chiefs, is going to say, hey, well, we're going to stop the ability of Josh Allen's rushing. And it's very concerning. And you know what? James Cook might not have a great game, so that's kind of a guy that beware on bust alert. Beware. I'm going to say Josh Allen is on bust alert because he's one of the top fantasy quarterbacks in the league. But Justin, I'm a little concerned on how can this Bills offense move the needle there on this Chiefs defense. So for me, I'm going to play it safe and just go Kansas City.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong going with the Chiefs. It'd be foolish, really, to go against them, even though I do think the Bills will win. The weird story is the Bills have for some reason, obviously, they can't get it done in the playoffs. The Bills have never beat the Chiefs in the playoffs, as Mahomes and Allen have been there. But the Bills have been able to win these regular season games. And the fact that it's in Orchard Park, it's got me interested. And, I really like the pool that you just had with Curtis Samuel, who he's been injured a little bit, and it's been a very quiet year after him being a sleeper, heading into the season. But maybe this is his time to shine. With Keon Coleman's actually already ruled out for the week,
Oh, wow.
So that's some big news. Already on Wednesday as we're recording. But Cooper's already limited. And Shakir's been a good piece, and Kincaid, who didn't practice today, he might be out. That is why I picked up Dawson Knox on the just in case he doesn't play. I think Dawson Knox is worth a start. But yeah, that game's gonna go down to the wire. I just know it. Which when games go down to the wire and you have Patrick Mahomes at quarterback, you usually bet on him. So I do like that take there. But yeah, Dwayne Nation, those are our game picks for the week. Hopefully, I mean, you'll see this on your YouTube here. If you want to see it on TikTok, it'll be there. I mean, we have everything everywhere, so just check it out anywhere you want to. Thank you guys for listening. We got more episodes on tap, talking about some college football, talking about some bold predictions, and we already talked about some starts and sits, and some trade talk. So thank you guys for listening, and Janoah, send us out.
Yo, Dwayne Nation. This is our rapid fire picks episode there. Thank you for watching. This has been such a fun season there. It's going to be a fun weekend there, so very excited to see. All eyes are going to be on the fantasy world because we're itching for the playoffs. And so definitely going to be a fun weekend there. So thank you, Due Nation, for watching. Thanks for giving us a listen. Like, subscribe, share. Send it to everybody. Send it to your mom, your uncle, your grandma. Make a group chat. Or just send it to random people. I mean, I think it should give to, say, hey, listen to Doing Sports. I mean, you can make anybody's day by saying that. So thank you, Due Nation, for giving us support. We love you guys. And as always, peace.